Durango note. Number 1. People were uncomfortable about the bathroom situation at first. After a week, any concerns over restroom etiquette all but disappeared. Number 2. Lawyers handed out makeshift business cards they'd fabricated out of leaves. Number 3. They tried to create a calendar by observing the stars. Survival was top priority, though. It makes one realize that primitive men were not unintelligent, rather, they had more important matters to attend to. Number 4. American and German aircraft had their first air battle. Both planes ended up crashing into the sea while attempting to land. Though we'll never know for sure, some say that the aircraft were actually from World War I. Number 5. Catacombs are occasionally found when mining. It's unknown whether they came through the warp, or if they were created by people who found themselves here. Number 6. People call me crazy, but I'm certain I'll find Saint-Exupéry here. It just makes sense when you think about it. Number 7. I showed a centurion the American movie Gladiator and asked him how accurate it was. He said some of it was true, some wasn't. Later, he entered the war as a company commander for our clan, claiming that Russell Crowe was a great inspiration. Number 8. The warpacalypse theory is a popular one. It proclaims that a great warp will open near the end of days and deliver the people of Durango back to Earth. There, the survivors will become part of the top echelon of society. Number 9. I love the sound of a warp field crackling through the walkie-talkie when we're out exploring. Sounds like money. Number 10. We used to believe that golden ages existed throughout history. After meeting people from every era, we've realized that no one age was really better than another. Number 11. Once upon a time, there was this thing called the Internet. Seriously, Dad, I'm sick of that story. I'm going hunting. Number 12. Someday, if we're lucky, we'll have to face a different breed of monsters, narcissistic CEOs, unabashed racists, mass murderers. Today, though, our enemies are the raptors. We should sleep in the cave tonight. Number 13. All castaways begin anew as immigrants. It doesn't take them long to recreate their identities, then they forget who they were, and start ostracizing other castaways. Number 14. It's been such a struggle since I arrived here. Can you honestly tell me you had it any better on Earth? Number 15. This place used to keep me constantly on edge. I would have nightmares of cannibals capturing people, skinning them, and hanging them upside down. Thankfully, I haven't seen that, yet. Although the threat of getting mauled by a dinosaur is pretty real. Anonymous Tanner. Number 16. During our first days here, it seemed like people only ever talked about what they did on Earth. A year later and the past is all but forgotten. Everyone's completely invested in Durango. People are more adaptable than I give them credit for. Number 17. Accepting reality is essential. You might miss your family back on Earth when you open your eyes each morning, but by noon you'd best be busy crafting or hunting, or you may as well be busy dying. Number 18. Religions were reinterpreted to better suit life in Durango, but the number of practitioners hasn't changed much. Number 19. Everyone in this situation is essentially doomed. Nonetheless, spending your limited time as a leader of men still beats dying alone in a swamp. Anonymous Wanderer. Number 20. Born in Zhejiang, China, Earth. Died on, Island of Durango 1967 to 1991 on Earth, 20 years in Durango. Headstone of a lost pioneer. Number 21. In Earth time, my father-in-law was born a few years after me despite being 20 years my senior. It's odd how the timeline of two places can be asynchronous. Anonymous. Number 22. My wife was born in 1744, and I was born in 1983. Both of us are from London. I'm 4 years older than her biologically, but who knows? The 3 children she had before coming here might very well be my ancestors. John Doe. Number 23. There was one particular person who was very happy in Durango. He had a scientific theory that the warp proved correct. Knowing he was right allowed him to live a satisfied life, even if his lack of colleagues made it a lonely one. Number 24. I've only been in Durango a couple days, and I'll say this, humans are savages that don't know when to stop fighting. Ha! I was right. I told you guys the newbie would say that. Word for word. Come on, where's my meat? Pony up. Number 25. After pulling me from the plane wreckage, the hunter looked me in the eyes and said, "Everyone down there is dead. Don't feel bad that you survived." Then what should I feel? I said. He answered, "Envious." Number 26. Most young people were drafted into the army after the war broke out in my home country on Earth. I knew that war would be the death of me, so I stowed myself away. The truck ended up warping to Durango. The first thing I saw when I came out from hiding was a group of soldiers riding dinosaurs, dragging frightened prisoners behind them. Anonymous soldier. Number 27. I somehow lost all my teeth during the warp. Maybe I hit my face on something. Why am I laughing? Because that means no more crummy dentist visits. Not that I could really schedule one here anyway. Anonymous anti-dentite. Number 28. Wow, you stop that greenhorn from gasping every time a dinosaur appears? He's scaring away our prey. There's no helping it. That greenhorn majored in paleontology. Number 29. People are always bragging about their remarkable accomplishments on Earth. Do you think they're for real? What reason would they have to lie? I, the King of America and President of the United Kingdom, find the idea laughable. Number 30. For a moment I actually thought humans weren't all that bad. Then I overheard a real estate agent trying to sell plots of land on Earth to Durangonians. Anonymous peddler. Number 31. The A-Clan issued a statement condemning Nazi Germany last week. The chieftain had no idea that World War II was over. The chieftain of the B-Clan couldn't accept the death of Qin Shi Huang, or the fact that there is no such thing as an herb of eternal youth. Number 32. As I sailed near the island, an old man on a raft yelled out to me. "You're in violation of the new accord. Begone, interloper," he said. "Lest you face my wrath, the wrath of the supreme potentate of this island." Number 33. One clan used to refer to their chieftain as president. Upon finding that the title gave the Shi'an an inflated ego, they demoted him to vice president. Number 34. This isn't a lawless place, the rules of nature are laws in and of themselves. Anonymous. Number 35. Those who join the clan will receive daily rations of half a pound of meat, half a pound of grain, and a quarter pound of fruit. Technical training will also be provided for the entirety of your service period. Clan recruitment flyer. Number 36. You might daydream while riding the subway. All that fades away when you reach your destination, though. When the subway leads to Durango, though, you find that reality is weirder than anything you could imagine. Number 37. Titty, this is Durango. Number 38. Durango is for Durangonians. Immigrants go home. Scribbles on a rock. Number 39. Divided, we are devoured. United, we devour all. Number 40. We flatter ourselves that we're keeping civilization alive. In reality, we're cavemen trying to relearn the wheel. Anonymous engineer. Number 41. I may not ever get to see how Game of Thrones ends, but I get some weird solace knowing I'll likely die as dramatically as the characters. Anonymous fan. Number 42. Of course it's heartbreaking to find a dead child, but this is Durango. If you don't stop to see if they've left behind anything valuable, you'll end up the same way. Number 43. Death is the mother of all motivators. Number 44. When the law disappears, evil spreads like a disease. But I believe our innate goodness will ultimately prevail. Number 45. Here in Durango, people discuss death like it's a next-door neighbor. That doesn't mean life isn't special, though. Number 46. For the children born here, stories of Earth will sound as fantastical as Valhalla. Hell, for all it matters anymore, our ancestors might as well have been from Valhalla. Number 47. According to one legend, there's a floating island somewhere in the southern archipelago. Supposedly, the island has its own airstrip, where a mysterious plane lands from time to time. They say it's a one-way flight back to Earth. Number 48. Taming a dinosaur is no easy task. It's better to be their friend than their dinner, though. Number 49. A self-proclaimed animal expert tried to become one with a Tyrannosaurus. Unfortunately for him, he succeeded. Number 50. People from Rome, the Lgan Empire, the Song Dynasty, the Seljuk Empire, the Wild West, ancient Sumer. I've met them all. Not one of them was interested in where I was from, of course. Anonymous.